And so we're loading into our next ZvZ face that I actually haven't seen in weeklies for a little while. It's definitely a bit more active at the start of 2020. But here we are! Lightshade LE, our first semifinals of the evening, is where we're going to be beginning on. Here in the top left-hand corner map, swinging all the way to the top left-hand corner, the red Zerg player coming down for the land of the Philippines. He is another one of those rising stars in the scene. He's definitely been taking a lot of inspiration from Ender and what have you. Representing Genesis Gaming, he is Nux. Not Knuckles, just Nux.
I'm just gonna gloss over what the hell you just said. In the bottom right hand corner of the map, the blue Zerg player. Hailing from the land of Hong Kong and currently teamless. Please pick him up. This man is a god. He's so good at the game. Like, especially within the region. He's so good at the game. Anyways, currently teamless. Come on, teams. Pick up a player. Get him some food. He is, of course, GogojOey. I'm tracking the camera.
I wonder if Lord Loken would be open to adopting another child here.
It's a good question. He does have a lot of money.
As evidence, yeah. I always appreciate it, Lord Loken.
He is a lord.
Hmm.
He has...
A Terran Lord. Not a Zerg Lord.
I mean... I guess... I really gotta stop being surprised every time you talk, because every time you talk, I'm surprised.
I mean...
Anyways, this game's starting off pretty standard so far. And by that I mean, GogojOey went for a pool first, but went with a hatchery, so this is probably not going to be super committed.
Yeah, more of a defensive pool first more than anything. He delayed taking his own gas, so built those 6 just in case. You know,
Yep.
You never know with these Filipino Zerg players, but now that he knows that there's nothing really coming for him, he's just using them for the scout.
Yep, I'm just going to go in, get a scout off, do a little bit of poke damage, nothing too significant. I mean, he's making... sorry, Nux is making a bunch of defensive lings here. So this should be consequential.
Yeah, I had him on the ramp there, but unfortunately the weaklings were taking the brunt of that damage, so backing away here. Trying to make sure that GogojOey doesn't get too much damage done. Not rallying the drones to the low ground, that would be a little suicidal.
Yeah, that would be how you just give up free drones, and I don't think Nux wants to give up free drones.
Maybe in a generous mood, but yeah, that's not
right
usually what you want to do. Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely not what you want to do, though. As a follow-up.
Very quick lair coming out with a Roach Warren Galaru Constitution. It's coming up.
Looks like he's going for a very quick speed Roach Rush. I mean, if you have a lair starting before 3 minutes, it's going to be an all-in.
More often than not, yeah.
It's very unlikely that Nux is going to be able to continue after this all-in because of the fact that he's already getting double Evo, or just 1 Evo. He's getting a Roach Warren. He's getting... No, this is a second Evo. He's going to be working on 1-1. He started the lair before 30 supply. Not before 30 supply, before 3 minutes. And
very committed opening coming up from Nux, definitely.
Yeah, and GogojOey, he sees the Roach Warren, he sees the double Evo, he sees it as just a regular wall. I don't think he's seen the lair. And
he sneaks in! Will he be able to do it? Run, little leg, run!
Oh, I
does not quite see the lair, but I believe he saw the Roach Warren researching.
Yeah.
Checked off a couple of alarm bells in his head.
Yeah, seeing a Roach Warren moving at 4 minutes is a very bad sign.
Very much is.
He saw okay, yeah, he barely saw the lair, so you know something's coming.
And I was just sort of getting prepared. He knows he can get... Oh, you don't want to do that, GogojOey.
That was a misclick.
He was just, he was just testing the structural integrity of the Evo chamber.
No, the queen decided to spit something out. It's like, yeah, you know.
But it was one of the more, one of the harder ones, you know. So it actually hurt the Evo chamber.
Yeah.
The air pressure surrounding it.
I mean, generally when you get spit on, it's not a pleasant experience either way, whether it hurts or not.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like there are degrees of that, right? Like, you don't want to be spat on by an alpaca. It's kind of painful.
I mean, I guess unless you're like really into getting spat on.
Roaches are moving across the map. And a lot of them are coming. GogojOey just trying to intercept whatever he can with the Lings, but Nux not allowing that to happen. I will say that GogojOey, he has a lot more production. His defender's advantage, I think, should be able to pull him through here, but
yeah, he's a third.
we'll see where Nux goes for.
He has a third. Nux does have upgrade advantage, but he does not have the production. Again, GogojOey has the 3 bases. He will have massive defender's advantage, and even with Roach Speed and +1, like, it's going to be very difficult for Nux to break this here with, you know, going up against the 3rd base.
Absolutely. Roach speed isn't really going to help you unless you're, you know, moving those roaches. So we'll see if Nux can get something done, maybe get some sort of stepping or even kiting as well as he can, but GogojOey not quite falling for it. Just chasing Nux away from his front lawns and just working on producing.
In the end, like, Nux getting scouted there was really bad for him. It allowed GogojOey to respond, and it just... Yeah, Nux can't be as committed as he wants to be. I mean, again, that was a really quick lair, but that push came in a little bit later than I expected. Especially after getting scouted.
Yeah, it definitely did. Well, it came in a little bit later than I expected, but I feel like a lot of that also came down to just GogojOey knew what was coming for him very, very early on.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able to get the preparations he needed to happen. He didn't really drone much with his start base. He focused a lot more on getting those roaches out, and yeah, now that he's safe, he's saturating a little bit, but also just working on the counter harass. You know, GogojOey, he is born to attack. He wants to be as aggressive as Zerg player can really be.
I mean, that's how it really is in like the rest of like Southeast Asia / rest of Asia sort of region. They're just very aggressive Zergs.
Oh yeah, you do not want to be, you don't want to be dealing with too many of them in a row. It's really going to be taxing your micro, your defensive capabilities, your multitasking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the playstyle of the region. It's just so hyper aggressive.
Yeah, but you live and you learn.
Mm-hmm.
You evolve, if you will. And we're about to get an engagement in the middle of the map.
Ooh,
or not quite, but very good pickoff.
Yeah, that's expensive. That is an expensive loss for Ravagers for absolutely nothing. Yeah, that's a really expensive loss there for Nux.
That it is. Well, both players just sort of posturing around. GogojOey doesn't really want to commit before his upgrades finish up, but doesn't really need to. Nux is going to be going up this ramp into a heck of a lot of roaches. Beautiful concave coming out from GogojOey.
A good yeah, a really good concave and surround from GogojOey, and Nux realizes, yeah, I'm too far behind. I can't really catch up here. I can't really kill with this vendor's advantage, so he just taps out.
GG.
GG. It was a very quick...
Yeah, pretty quick game coming out here, but I actually really like what Nux is going for here. I mean, kind of what I expected. He is Filipino Zerg players, and we talk a lot about the Southeast Asian Zerg players being very, very aggressive. I feel like the Philippines especially, they're a bit of a different breed over there.
They're just built different. In the Philippines, they're built different.
I blame Ender, really. He was really the one who... Feels like he was really the one who has had that influence in the country.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he's definitely one of those. I mean, he is the best player to come from that country, and like, you know, it definitely shows. And you know, being at the top of a region can definitely influence the way the region plays.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. It's less obvious in the major regions like NA, EU, and Korea, but in smaller regions like ANZ and Southeast Asia and rest of Asia and China, like you see that a lot as well.
Oh, China especially. I cannot tell you how many...
stylized.
Absolutely. I can't tell you how many Terran players from China play in a very similar way to Time.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee being the exception, but I mean, Coffee is his own... Coffee is his own guy.
I want what he's having. It's just drugs.
Presumably it's coffee he's drinking.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, like it's just crazy how stylized China is as a region.
Although I will say that to a smaller extent in the major regions, I mean, you also kind of see that, right? With a lot of players from EU, they pick Zerg because you
yeah.
look at the top EU players and they play Zerg. A lot of Korean players they pick Terran because a lot of the big
Korean
players
players
earlier on was
are
Terran.
Terran. Yeah. I mean, especially actually, never mind. We'll talk about this in a sec.
As we continue the series, the semifinals, winner of this going straight on to that grand finals. Here in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner, the red Zerg player coming out of the land of the Philippines. He is going to be representing Genesis Gaming. He is Nux. No L's. Only W's.
I'm gonna ignore that. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, the blue Zerg player, currently teamless and from Australia. What do I say? From Hong Kong. Currently up 1-0 in the series. It is GogojOey. Why did I say Australia?
I mean, they hang around in like the same ballpark.
Not really.
Yeah, not
Very
really.
far away from each other. Anyways,
Continuing on.
yeah, the European thing. All the European Zergs, they're all like slow defensive Zergs because guess who's at the top of the European ladder? Or, you know, the European competitive scene? It's Cyril, a slow defensive Zerg player.
Yeah, Raynor. I feel like when Raynor popped off initially, there were a lot of people who wanted to emulate his style, but they realized they could not.
Yeah,
so they were like, you know what? Why don't I just try to play like Cyril instead?
yeah, Cyril's play is much more standard because the way Raynor plays relies on like how fast of a player he is. I mean, if you look at like his APM graph, it only goes up throughout the game.
There,
He starts
there's
at
not a
400.
moment it slows down. Yeah.
Yeah, it starts at 400, and by 30 minutes in the game, it's at about 600. And this is his sustained APM, not his spikes.
I do not want to see how fast he would be when it's like a 45-minute game if it just keeps going up. He breaks his keyboard.
I'm sure it caps out, but the fact that he can average 500 in the late game is insane to me. And the fact that most of it is actually EAPM, like he's not a spammer. Like that's just how fast he's playing.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. And that's why his playstyle is so hard to emulate, because it relies on being such an insanely fast and mechanically skilled player.
Not that other players haven't tried, and in fact,
no, obviously
like,
not.
Yeah, some similarities coming on with Nux, and I do mean some.
Yeah. But here we have Nux again with the early pull. The 6-lings going in. Ooh, not able to stop the third from going down.
Yeah, a little unfortunate here.
Yeah, this should.
Joey has his queen position. Yeah, third base is gonna come up.
Yeah, it should be fine. He should have a couple more links coming in here from GogojOey, but other than that, he's looking all right.
So, a lot more of a standard game that we're seeing in game number 2 here in Def Aura. Nux, I mean, his Baneling Nest is going to be finishing up. I imagine he's going to continue to be a little bit annoying with these lings, more for a couple of them in the Banelings, but we'll see what he can do with that.
Oh, he actually got like a drone there at least.
Okay, not too bad, not too bad.
It was 2 drones, we just don't have game heart.
Ah. No, it was 1 drone. It was 1 drone.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I checked your last tab.
I forgot that's a thing you can check. I just forget all my hotkeys.
Shift L if you're using standard. That's advice for
L.
people looking back at home.
L. Haha. It's a funny joke.
Haha! I get it.
L.
Yeah. I get it.
Comedy.
I don't think I get it.
No. Anyways.
And, continuing on, GogojOey being very greedy. That's 10 drones that he's making at one shot.
He is droning hard.
But he's definitely feeling pretty confident. I mean, he has looked at what Nux is going for. He knows that he's not going to be too aggressive here. So there's a little bit of time that he can utilize to get his economy up and running and just focus a lot more on his eventual roach push. Nux is trying to get something done with his lings, but GogojOey's got plenty of safety banes.
Yeah, I mean, GogojOey got his Bane and Nest up earlier, so he has more Banes at home ready. Ooh.
And he's at the wall! He's about to trap these lings! Oh, pulls away. Right in time, Nux does.
Here. GogojOey's going so hard on the drones. He doesn't have a lot of links.
What's that spoof that Tempo made a couple of years ago? Drone so hard. That's I feel like we need to bring that back for this specific game for
Dude, I love
GogojOey.
Tempo's parodies. They're so good.
They're really great.
Yeah, those are classics. And I haven't even been in the scene around, like, I wasn't even in the scene when those were a thing. But goddamn, they were good.
That they are. I mean, you can always go back and look at them. They're still on YouTube
Yeah.
and
ooh,
whatnot. In fact, encourage everyone to do so.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having nostalgia for something you weren't around for. You know?
Like Burning Crusade.
Nope, I don't think so.
Definitely. GogojOey. You see what I see in the production tab, Alyx. Hey,
I have
I'm
my
face farming so hard.
Discord overlay turned on for some reason, which I need to turn off, so I could not see the production tab for a second.
Well, GogojOey was making a Nidus for a sec, and once he canceled it, I just was kind of disappointed.
I need to
disappointed as Nuxus right now.
turn off my.
He was Nux was definitely hoping that this would be a little bit less defensible for GogojOey. He is starting to break on through. Move command's a little bit too long, I feel. But
Yeah.
it's about the right timing. The Banelings do connect, and they soften up the roaches a lot, but there's not a lot to clean up here for GogojOey. He is holding the line, though.
barely
Transfusing overtime.
Yeah, he
GG.
barely gets out enough roaches, and GG is called. He does defend the push from Nux, and Nux immediately taps out.
G to the G. GogojOey is going to be your first finalist of Demi SEA Weekly number 12.